as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree. After having signed the agreement, that same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come.
Please, my people, this is a very important, vital information that you need to listen to. Please, I beg you. Over the years, we've been wondering, we've been asking, we've been researching to know that thing that is in the Aburi Accord that was signed between Ojukwu and Gowon in Ghana. We've been searching. Personally, I've been searching to get this Aburi. What is that thing? What is that thing they are signed? And now, our leader is here to tell us that thing that they agreed on. But you know what? I believe this video is coming at the right time, because a couple of days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, I posted it on this channel where Gowon was interviewed. As God may have it, Gowon is still alive. Gowon was interviewed on is it Arise TV, right? Yes, Arise TV. He was interviewed, and Gowon said that the little I heard, he said, because that video was, you know, it was just something else. He said that when he came back from Aburi, that he felt sick. He had malaria. That was why he did not carry out what he agreed with Ojukwu. I posted it on this channel, so if you have not watched it, just go down to this channel, look for it. About 4 or 5 days ago, I posted it. Gowon said that when he came back from Ghana, the Aburi they went for, that he had malaria. That is why he did not carry out what was agreed. And you know what? Over the years, millions of people has been thinking that Ojukwu has caused a war. And we call it Biafran War, that was caused by Ojukwu. We never knew there was something that is hidden behind that. We never knew there is something they are not telling us. You see, sometimes I begin to thank God for the life of this our brother and prophet, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because this man has opened our eyes to learn, to understand, and to know the things that has happened, and the things that is happening, and the things that will still happen. Oh yes, I always thank God for his life. So please, I beg you, let me not talk too much, but please watch this information that our leader passed. What happened rather in the Aburi that Ojukwu and Gowon signed in Ghana. Then after watching it, please, I beg you, do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think. I tell you, on this channel, we learn. Oh yes, educative informations, we bring it down to this channel. Please watch this. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, I beg you, one of the ways you can support me is by subscribing to this channel, turning on your notification button so that anytime I post a video, you get the notification. All right? But for now, please watch this information.
There are two things plaguing them in the zoo: lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Ojukwu, so-called Ojukwu, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Ojukwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward. Restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the something they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Middle Belt on their, Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree. After having signed the agreement, that same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine.
I actually believe at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gowon, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack, Gowon, and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting on his left, I was sitting on his right. He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right." I believe I was the one. As I do now from time to time, I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gowon's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, "General, sir, hold us together, I want to say something." So General Ankara put his hand on top of the two hands, and I said, "General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only, and that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gowon as the head of state of Nigeria."
Nigeria is a big lie.
A big lie?
Yes, I want to substantiate my claim of saying Nigeria is a big lie. Please, listen to Tafawa Balewa, Nigeria's first prime minister, in 1948. I quote him, "Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, religious beliefs, and customs, and do not show themselves any signs or willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention." Tafawa Balewa, 1948.
Yeah.
Okay. Now listen to Nnamdi Azikiwe, 1964. "It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of the Democratic Republic of Congo will be a child's play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role." Nnamdi Azikiwe, 1964. Obafemi Awolowo, "Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same context as there are English, Scots, and Welsh."
Okay.
1947.
Oloye Lokan Alabi,
Yes.
thank you for featuring on stage.
Ojukwu never prepared to declare Biafra. Ojukwu never prepared to secede from Nigeria. But Ojukwu said, look at how it's going to work for us, so that nobody will be feel cheated. Restructure this country. And they said, no, we need to have this discussion on a very, a kind of on a neutral environment, not in Nigeria, not in Southeast, but let us go in a neutral ground. Ojukwu said, with all pleasure. All of them headed to Ghana. Aburi Accord. When they went to Ghana, they signed the whole thing. Then for Gowon to come back to Nigeria and declare, yes, this country has been restructured. The north, the south, the west, You will be paying taxes at the central. Manage whatever you have to develop your own region. Let there be competition. At least with this, we can be able to achieve our aim. He refused to make that announcement because upon arriving in so-called Nigeria, the colonial masters in Britain called him, asked him what was the outcome of the meeting. He stated everything to them that he's about to make the broadcast so that the whole region will manage their own resources. They said, no, never you try that. What happened? Gowon reneged from the initial agreement they had with Ojukwu. While our people are being killed and massacred in the north and in the Middle East, and in the Middle Belt. He said, no, I cannot wait and see my people being killed like this. Instead of that, make Akukuma secede from my own. He declared Biafra. And that is the end of the Solomon Grundy. So now people are seeing the fourth of March and they kind of want to divide this country, but all of them can never come out and bring out videos, evidence. Martin Namdekano was agitating for restructuring of Nigeria. Even 2015, when he was being arrested by Buhari, he also told them, we need to restructure this country. They said no. Instead, if you want to go, you must go with your 5 dots, which is the 5 eastern states. That is what they give Nnamdi Kanu. Or you must go with your 5 dots. As for other ones, you have no reason to lay your hand on it. Because that was exactly their plans when they used that system of let's have south and southeast, divide and rule, so that they would turn against the Igbos in the south. In fact, all the whole of this region are known as Old Eastern Region, which is the comprising of Biafrans. But they didn't do it. Rather, they choose to sabotage the whole thing. What am I trying to say? Nigeria will keep on suffering until the day they came back and apologized to their fathers. Biafra is father of Nigeria, if they don't know. Biafra have been there 5,000 years before Nigeria was created. And then the same Nigeria is now putting their fingers into the eyes of their grandfather, which is Biafra. And you say that the Biafrans will pray better prayer. Biafrans might fold their arms. That was why you see everything is falling apart in that Nigeria. The day they will get it right is the day they will acknowledge that, yes, Biafrans are our forefathers. In fact, we acknowledge you. We acknowledge that your existence in us, in our midst, matters a lot. If the world should acknowledge Biafra, then who is Nigeria to turn against Biafra? And you tell me they will succeed? They will not. They will not. Let us quickly go to the comment section of that video you just finished watch, and then you will see the whole thing the way it is. Because if we didn't bring out this news, nobody would have told you that this is part of the things that make Nigeria to be the way they are today. But they will not tell you the truth due to their inferiority complex, jealousy and anger. Why must it be Igbos or more Igbo, Onyamini, this, that and that? In that video you just finished watch, let us see what happens here. Jamal said, you go soon tire and rest. Abi? No problem. No, I go tire. No be Nnamdi Kanu to tire. Somebody you have keep under incarceration. Sunday Igboho was just margined only 2 years and he give up. Do you know how many times Nnamdi Kanu have been in jail? I say he will soon get tired. And then I said, same Britain you are so proud of to acquire their citizenship and now crying to deliver you from answering to your alleged crimes in Nigeria. Who tell you they are crying for Britain to deliver? Oh, child, in the Yareba. Kobe Mino said Fulani go soon wipe on our people, come out finish, just like not. Igbo hesitate a Yoruba start comment. John Chidoke said, we love you, prophet. Emeka said the Biafra on the old Portuguese map was located in present-day Cameroon. It is not the same Biafra that Ojukwu founded. Please Don't misinform people. The Biafra that have been found in old Portuguese map. Are you okay? Are you okay? Is there any Biafra 2 times? Ah, well, okay. Wait, you. Now, Bakassi Peninsula they call Biafra. Nah, and them mad self. Seun said, but was it not Agu Ironsi, an Igbo man, that abolished the regional government? All these people who keep on hearsay, that is what somebody came to court yesterday. They used to persecute Mazen Namdekano, hearsay. I hear say the radio station talk this. I hear say the newspaper write this about Nnamdi Kanu. But do you have any evidence? He say no. You hear it from newspaper Vanguard. But when they tell you about the issue of Sunday Igboho, in the same Vanguard, you say he didn't believe. But he believed the one they said over Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Can't you see that your head is not correct? Tio Olade said, I think you talked well here by revealing the hidden seeming truth. Abu Sibo Tene, my prophet Ohamadike, you will live long forever.
Those of you who are from Nigeria, I've said it times without number when I'm in Nigeria, whether I'm in Nasarawa or in Kaduna or in Anambra or in Bayelsa. I keep on saying the day Nigeria gets it right, that is the day Africa wakes up. You only have to read the story of the early years of Nigeria during the days of the great Zik of Africa. Many of you do not know that Nnamdi Azikiwe was called the great Zik of Africa because he loved the continent, as indeed did Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. And you may not know, you Nigerians, in 1970, the king of Saudi Arabia was sick and went to be treated at the hospital in Ibadan. Today, we go to London and Dubai because of lack of leadership.
All right. Isn't that surprising? No. Isn't it surprising? Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think about this video, all right? I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much. God bless you.